Hey there, comic book fans. I'm back from the comic shop again this week with 4 new comics. And you know what? I was going to impulse buy one of those Walking Dead Day blind bags, but my shop didn't even get any in. I just happened to see other people get them. I was like, ooh, cool, on Instagram or somewhere. But they didn't have them in, so I didn't get one. Oh well, I didn't really need one. First thing I got was the latest Cerebus one-part maxi series, Crisis of Infinite Cerebi. Okay. And I actually, what's funny, what was the last issue? I missed the last issue, which was Nick Calm, Agent of Codpiece #1. For some reason, I think Diamond or something messed up somehow, because Dave Sim does a weekly YouTube video where he gives you, information about what he's doing. And one of the things he always talked about was how many copies the latest Cerebus #1 sold. And he's always, because these don't sell very much. They usually think that they started out selling around 3,500 copies, and now they're down to around 2,500 copies. And he always says things like, and this one is there's the least amount of copies of this Cerebus #1 since the original Cerebus #1. And for some reason, I think he said that this Nick Fury one sold 750 copies, which in my comic shop was like, it never showed up on our order sheet, and we went to reorder it, and it was sold out. So I'm thinking, not that it really matters, because these are all reprints of the comic strip, so they don't really continue like the regular Cerebus did. So it doesn't matter if you skip an issue, you just read the next one, because it's all comic strip stuff. But it's just weird that I wonder what happened where the issue before this only had 750 copies and my shop couldn't even get it. Strange. Next we have Hillbilly, Red-Eyed Witchery from Beyond, Part 2 of 4. I very much enjoyed the first issue of this, which once again came in late. It was written by Eric Powell and art by Simone DeMeo. Colors by Brennan Wagner. Lettered by Warren Montgomery. But different artists, but very Eric Powell-like in this. And it's another Hillbilly story. But it's another Hillbilly story not drawn by Eric Powell, so I guess that's why it's not in the regular format. I mean, the regular series. But really enjoyed the first issue. I enjoyed it about as much as an Eric Powell drawn one. So this DeMeo artist is pretty good. Let's see. The fourth one is The Beauty, issue number 24. Yellow banana cover. And this story arc in The Beauty is about these criminals getting revenge. I guess we get some cops in here now. It's these criminals getting revenge on other criminals for things they did to them. And one of the interesting thing is the beauty is a disease that you get that not only makes you beautiful, it gives you a good body too. So these criminals were, they're kind of a little bit stronger and faster than if they didn't have the beauty. But this issue looks like it's got police in it, so I don't know. Maybe they're taking a little break from the criminals who they left us with the cliffhanger last issue. Okay, and the fourth issue, Birthright, issue number 32. Been enjoying Birthright, our fantasy story. Last issue, number 31, was kind of a look at that. That's kind of mean. It looks like they're taking their wings off. Last issue was they gave us backstory on one of the characters, and so the whole thing was all backstory. Some nice bright colors. It was sort of a break from our main plot to give us the how this one character came to be, and the one character ran off with the teenage kid at the end of the issue before it. So this issue should be giving us our motivation for running off with the teenage kid, kidnapping him. So this issue looks like this story is told in present time and flashback. So I'm not sure if the that was flashback or not, because there's two brothers in this story. One of them went to a fantasy world, disappeared from his family. He was a missing child. But in the fantasy world, he grew up faster than in the real world. So when he came back, he's, 24, and his 8-year-old brother is still 8. So that's part of what's going on. But there we go. 4 comics. And we'll show you a little artwork back here, because we did something a little different in that we did another monster face, but I put color in it. Went for some I really should have. This is a red ink and a black ink, and it makes it really dark. Look at those teeth. Because in hindsight, I made like this back here. I went with a watercolor, so a little blue watercolor, a little brown watercolor, so it keeps the brightness keeps the brightness, kind of the red here muddied the black a little, but the red is so bright too. So it was tough working with the 2 inks. I may have been better off going with a watercolor for this red, but I didn't, and I kind of like it. Okay, but it made the whole overall thing even. It's actually showing up pretty well on the screen. There's a gloss to it, but the inks interacted in a strange way. But that's apropos for a weird monster face. Well, anyway, you guys all have a good week out there.